Hello again. 2 more games here, and then Magnus Carlsen is the world champion in chess. In the proud heritage of the Lasker, Capablanca, Aljechin, Oive, Butvinnik, Smyslov, Tal, Petrosyan, Spassky, Fischer, Karpov, Kasparov, Kramnik, Anand, and then Carlsen. What a great honor for Magnus to be included in that list. And now, of course, we have Dingleren, who is the current world champion, who will also be in this list. Whatever happens in his match against Gukesh, that will take place soon. So Magnus is up to 2-0 in the match, and there has been a lot of draws. And Magnus wish you would need to start winning now, because it's a 12-game match. So to force a tiebreaker, he would need to win two more games, basically, to force a tiebreak. So let's see what Vichy plays to try to win. And he goes for d4 now. He played e4 the other times in the match, but he didn't get any advantage at all against the Magnus Berlin, so it's right to change to d4 here to just get the new game. And Magnus decides to play the Nimzo Indian. And Vichy goes for probably the most aggressive move here, f3. d5 is theory, and then a3. Now it becomes a little bit like the Samish variation, which is a3 at once, but often then black doesn't play. So that's a little bit of white's idea with f3. Like if, yeah, it's. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is the Samish variation, and then white tries to go like this, and then maybe e4 in the long run. But sometimes black doesn't play d5 or c5. He plays a slower game. So. But now to not allow this one, then of course d5 looks quite logical. Then he does like this, but Magnus still tries to trade open. When f3 is played, it's much more attractive for black here to do some trading of here in the center, because this will always be some kind of a weakness here, f3. So let's see what happens. Apparently it's also possible to take with the knight. I think we might have seen that line in some game already. And e3. It's no use to win this pawn. It's quite easy to get it back. And also, like, if the pawn was not on f3, then this might have been some chances for white for an advantage. But with the weakening here, yeah, it's more normal and better probably to play e3 like Anand does. And Magnus goes here, so he can't lose the pawn. This apparently correct here would have been to play. This is interesting. Computer understand that g4 is like a key move here to take terrain here. So when Anand does this, Magnus should have done that to prevent the g4 move. But instead he does something else, and he does the correct move here. So that's pretty interesting that both of them made a mistake here. Anand should have done that one move earlier, and Magnus should have prevented the g4 move, because it was kind of key according to the computer. Instead, Magnus goes in with his knight here. The knight is good on b3, but yeah, it can't do much more than to take the bishop, and it's quite a lot of moves used to trade the c1 bishop here. White's plan is to play this one, and then of course black needs to take here, because a bishop g5 pin would be very annoying for black. So he does this one, and then he does this e4 to prevent to guard this pawn that was under attack. And now it would be a disaster if white could play bishop f4 here and get out his bishop, so black has to take a rook a6, a rook lift. I'm usually not a fan. I'm not a computer reader. Computer wants to go here and b4 next move and get a passer, but yeah, let's see here. e5 is interesting. Yeah, it's interesting, definitely. If white just could get a few more moves, maybe push this pawn to f6, then he would probably be almost winning here. So it's important to play correctly here. Yeah, it's just not easy for black to defend these attacks. So it's correctly to go for counterplay here. Yeah, I don't like this exchange. Anand needs to win, so you should definitely play this move. Keep more pieces, even if black has this very dangerous pass. So all endgames will probably be won for black. Still, this possible attack here is basically it's definitely good for white to keep more pieces in the attack here. Maybe we would take here. Maybe something like that. Only move. Well, as we can see here, there are definitely chances for white to create an attack. An attack here, even if the computer thinks black is able to defend here. So white is doing that, but without that rook. And here he does g6. That's fine. It's fine. And now it's very. Actually, I think I lost some kind of game like this where, as black, because there is always some kind of tactics here, so you have to be very, very precise here as black. And as you can see, only way not to lose for black is to play the knight here, because he. Okay, let's use. I don't understand why. Let's see you do this one. What's the problem? Okay, the problem is this. Then here. And checkmate. So 98 is only move, and Anand lost that. That's fine. And apparently you have to do b2 here. Only move. Okay, and this is a weird ending here. This is a weird endgame. He just lets him get a new pawn here. But it seems like it's still a draw. Let's see here. Yeah, of course he has to put the bishop here. Could it be that he had... I don't know if... I have to look on YouTube if... like why did he make this blunder here, Anand? That's just a very, very weird blunder, because he played a nice game here. If you just place bishop f1 here, then rook here is a big threat, and apparently only way for black to play is to go here, 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 and sack the queen like this. This could have been like such a nice game. And the interesting stuff here is that because this pawn is not here anymore, you can defend like this. And this is apparently an equal game here. So the game would have continued here, and Anand would have... I don't know, it's... Let's look at that move, maybe what's happening here. Then maybe e6. Then you can take here. Yeah, it looks like Magnus is defending, but he's just defending. But after this one, yeah, that's of course a big blunder. Now, yeah, this is... Now it's an easy win for black. Rook up. So knight f1 that's a very strange blunder. Actually, I'm going to look on YouTube if I can see what and if there is like video saved of this match, if we can see what happened here, and I will tell it to you in the next video. But anyway, I want to. It's quite clear now that Magnus is up 3 matches, and he only needs a draw in the last 3 games to get world champion. So the match is basically over here, and especially with such a fatal blunder. Like, it's just very weird blunder that he didn't play bishop f1. But I'm going to look at the video and come back to you in the final video of this match.